Alrighty, hello and welcome everyone. I hope you're all having a fantastic day wherever you are here in the world. So we're going to be kicking off the final here of the GGX New Year's event. So we are going to be having Mofet up against Evenstar here in the final. And we are going to be having VC as a mirror match in the first game. So we had Vampire Counts and Greenskins. And also here, Mofet wants to go VC. So Evenstar, of course, VC being pretty strong there up against Greenskins, decides to go VC. So we are going to have a VC mirror here to start. Hello, Mr. Aldelmo. Hope we are doing very well. Jason Thompson. Hello, my friend. How are we doing, Mr. Tree? CJ, DJ, and everybody else. I hope you're all having a fantastic evening. I think we're ready here to go. I think so. I'm ready to go. I think we're all ready to go. So we're just going to be kicking it off. Not a good start to the stream. Indeed. It's always an interesting start. VC though, a VC mirror can be really good sometimes. There are a few occasions where you can see some good high-level thought process going into a VC mirror, but other times it can be an absolute grindfest. Venin, how are we doing? Welcome, my friend. Is it pronounced with a V or a W? Is it Weenin or Venin? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Hey there, hope you're doing well, and thank you very much for inviting me to cast this amazing event. Thank you very much indeed. So we are going to be having my my stats on because I was playing last night. But here we go. We're going to start here with the big man himself. We are going to have Evenstar, and he's going to be having 1, 2, 3. I don't know if this is too many flyers. I think you can have 5 max maybe. But we are going to have the Devils of Schwarzhafen alongside Vargeist with triple chevron, Vargeist triple chevron, Terragoose with triple bronze chevron, and a Blood Dragon Vampire. Triple zombies on the floor just to make the numbers. And we are going to be having the Claw of the Gash and a Necromancer. So a lot going in here. We are going to have the Forbidden Rod, the Scroll of Shielding, the March of the Dead, and the Vigor Mortis for all those bonuses. And then, of course, here with the Claw of the Gash, we'll have the Reliquary of Binding, the Blasphemous Tome, the Reliquary of Corruption, and, of course, that slow with regeneration. So a lot of elements there on the floor. And here, I think it's the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. It is indeed. So we are going to have the Heart Piercing, Helm of Discord, the Sword of Anti-Heroes, Raise the Dead, Gaze of Nagash, Dance Macabre, Invocation of Nehek, and the Pestilence Breath attacks. Mofet says he's ready, and he's going to go with a very similar idea. Vargeist here, nowhere near as powerful, only coming in with the Silver Chevrons, a Strauchy Vampire Lord, with the Devils of Schwarzhafen there, as well as the Necromancer. So he is actually going to be having regen as well as hunger, I think. Or maybe he didn't come with the hunger, but he's going to have the Ghoul King of... I'm not sure what that is, but it's going to be 1,500 healing, 8 leadership. I believe that's unlimited, actually, every 2 minutes. The Claws of Murakane, as well as the Opal Amulet, Power Stone, Gaze Nagash, and also healing with Spirit Leech. Death Shrieks as well as the Breath Attacks. But the Air Force is going to be a lot less here. We are going to see a Necromancer on foot. He's also going to be having... Is that Wind Blast? No, Curse of Years. Okay, so he's gone for the big blob debuffs. We're also going to have a regular Mortis Engine in the back, Zombies here, and a Necromancer with all of the same stuff there, with all the healing and the juicy goodness. They just want to fight on the floor with a bit of a wet noodle, and then here it's all going to come to the Skyforce. But we do here have the Terragoose. So the Terragoose here is going to be a nice big bonus in the sky, especially in this fight. I think here probably the Strauchy Vampire Lord could take on the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. Very surprised to see that did he come here with... It looks like he's not going to be coming here with his Tempest ability. Oh, I can see here that Hamster is drawing. I can't quite see what he's drawing about. But yeah, we can see here he's doing some stuff. So there's going to be a rough attack here going through the lines of the Vargeists. Doing some work there. He's going to be... Oh, nice hit there on the Terrageist. Oh, there was a Terrageist in for Mofet. Okay, I missed that one. But that's going to be a beautiful Gaze Nagash there down the line. There seems to be lines everywhere here being drawn by Hamster. Invocation has been popped. What's this in the middle? Vargeist, the Devils of Schwarzhafen. But it looks like there's going to be quite a bit of fighting here. So we can see the Terragoose pretty healthy. It is going to have chevrons here on this Terragoose, so we should be able to fight quite nicely. What's this going to be here? The upgraded Dance Macabre in an area of effect, boosting all of Evenstar's Vargeist with those triple gold chevrons, making them rather powerful indeed. In the backside here, looks like we are going to be having the Scroll of Shielding here on these ones. The Devils, the ROR, fighting here, and looks like they are going to be beaten by Evenstar, so it's going to be an absolute blob fight here in the sky. Devils of Schwarzhafen are in. It's just going to be an absolute manic mess here. But we can see roughly blue is going to be doing okay here from Mofet. We can see some of the reds are doing okay, but in the middle here, it is going to be the Ghoul King going off against the Blood Dragon Vampire. Blood Dragon Vampire is going to be losing overcast damage there for the Stroggy Vampire, and in comes here with the Claw of Nagash. So here we have the other one as well, the Mortis Engine giving healing, and just all this big overcasting, just burst damage here in the middle. So the Terror Grows from Avonstar, it's going to be relatively healthy though. Terror Goods from Mofet certainly has taken some more healing, certainly had a lot more damage in there. And as you can see, kind of what I expected, looks like we're going to use the Ghoul King of the healing there with the increased leadership. And you can see the Blood Dragon Vampire just doesn't have the healing capabilities of the Stroggy Vampire. But in the middle, it looks like for the majority, actually, Evenstar could be losing this Skyforce, actually. Even though he's put a lot more money into it, you can certainly see him losing. Oh, the Dare Shriek and a Spirit Leech on the Blood Dragon Vampire. He's going to be falling. If this falls, that is game blouses. That is over. That is finished. And unfortunately here, that is going to be the end of days coming in from Evenstar. There's no way he can pull this out now, I don't think. The Stroggy Vampire certainly has a lot more healing, and that's a really, really nice one there. I think, actually, if you did come in with the... yeah, there we go. That's going to be a withdrawal. Lovely stuff. I think if you actually did come in with the Tempest there, you would have deleted a lot of those flying units, which I believe is what the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord does have as an ability. I know it is relatively expensive. You can see Gold Chevron's going into his Vargeists, and you can see nowhere near as much here. We do have a Bronze Chevron, but I think that was over time. And this one here coming in with a triple. But that's what you pay for there with the Stroggy. The Stroggy was always going to beat the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. It just had way too much healing. And with the Claws of Morarcane, you're always going to rip through super quickly. And that was the end of days. But the double Necromancer here from Mofet as well, with more spells, more healings. Dance Macabre was really nice there from Evenstar. I don't think it was quite enough. But a super quick game here. We are going to see... yeah, only 414 against 430. Not too much difference. 1.8k there from the Blood Dragon Vampire with, looks like 004. And we're going to get 710, 1,800, 800 here from the Vargeists, with 485 there for the Terror Goose, 1,081 there from the Claw of Nagash, doing some big boy damage. 186 there from the Mortis Engine, but you can see 1,600, 600, 1,700. So you can see these three somehow were paying a little bit better for themselves. Not too sure what they wrapped themselves around. So 1,058 there for this one, and only 485. So I think the Skyfall certainly was being won by Mofet quite heavily, but 3,852. Absolute flipping absurdity here from the Stroggy Vampire Lord. 159, 200 there for the Necromancer. Yeah, that's an interesting one to start. Mercifully short. Indeed, Eldomo. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing very well. Frizz Froz, Tempest on the Von Carstein Vampire Lord, I believe. Von Carstein Vampire Lord, not the Blood Dragon Vampire. Thank you. That's the one. GG's well played. GG's well played. Alright, so the next map here is going to be pushing on with the Valley of Thieves. So let's hop in here with this one. So the next map is set there. So we are going to have Valley of Thieves next. And we are going to have Exploding Hamster here alongside us today. So those who don't know Exploding Hamster, do feel free to go chuck him some love. I'll actually send you a little link to his channel. Let's open up the big man here, and I'll also give him a cheeky like, actually. There you go, cheeky little like. It looks like he has quite a few people watching at the current moment, but do feel free to go check out his stuff as well if you don't know him. So, obviously a very, very good player indeed, but we'll certainly be chucking you guys his direction as well. So there's Exploding Hamster. Both are going to be co-casting this event, but he's going to be casting it from his side, and I'll be doing it from mine for sure. This matchup would actually be less painful without model requirements. Yeah, model requirements certainly are an interesting distraction from. He is German. That is correct. That is correct. He is German. That is German. But you know, there's no reason you can't watch content. There's no reason you can't enjoy some of the games. And you know, he's a big YouTuber. He's been doing this for a long time. And you know, just still throwing some love if you like that sort of content. You know. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why we're kind of both casting this. You got an English caster and a German caster, and you know, Exploding Hamster from GGX and those side of things, from certainly the German community, is why it was important to, like, you know, have both of us for sure. So just waiting to see what Evenstar has to say here. Oh no, it's Mofet, you're to pick. Mofet, you're up to pick. And these guys have been playing for a short while now, so I think we did best of ones. I think it was 32 players in total here for the tournament today. So we can see 32 players in total. And then we're going to be having best of ones there for rounds 1 and 2. So top 32 and top 16 with best of ones. Best of threes there for the top 8. And then also the best of threes here for the semi-finals, and then we'll be moving here into the finals with the best of 5. So we've got some good games to come up here for the remainder of the tournament. So it should be pretty fun here indeed. Double check, just got some pings here. Let me have a look. Make sure nothing's too crazy. Very good indeed. GGX actually coming third here in the Ladder Wars event. That's really strong from them. Big push. I know they had some big names in there, and there was certainly some players like I'll have to remember there's one player that's been absolutely smashing it at the moment from GGX. Just so I don't get the name wrong. Who was it that was smashing it recently? I'm sure I can find it. He plays almost every single day. I've been watching him, like, when I first played against him, I was like, oh, it's nice, it's a new player in the community. Then all of a sudden, they've just played game after game after game after game, and it's been crazy. Let me see if I can find anybody. Ah, Jean Pastex has joined GGX. Nice. That's awesome. Let me see if I can find the name. I can't find the name right now, but I'm sure it will come to me. I'm sure it will come to me. Hey, how we doing, Ryan? Welcome. Rusty, how are we? Hunting Brat as well. Yo, what's up, what's up, what's up? How is everybody? How is everybody? Mr. Doodles, that's the one. Thank you very much. GGX Mr. Doodles has absolutely been caning the ladder, and it's so nice to see new players coming in and just giving it well and truly all the big stuff. And it's lovely to see. It's lovely to see. So guys, today, if you are enjoying the event, do feel free to smash a like there on the live stream. It really does help out, of course. More interactions means this video gets posted into the wider audience of YouTube, and hopefully that brings more here to the multiplayer scene and etc. So do feel free there to support your boy if that's what you want to do. But of course, if you don't like it, also do feel free to dislike. And then of course, I know that maybe there was something about this live stream or video that you didn't enjoy. But yes, how is everybody today? How are we, Mr. Rusty? Of course, you're going to be in the other semi-final. Do we know who we're playing against yet? Ah, we're up against Mr. Bobman. So we are going to have an RTK Fest on the bottom. And then we are going to have Mofet against Evenstar here on the top. Ban this mirror match, burn it with fire. Hey Nameless, how you doing, man? Do you know what? It actually wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. It was over pretty quickly, so it's not too bad. So Beastmen VP, I think Wood Elves here is the smart pick. The Titan Bobman, yes indeed, the big Bobman. Bobman has certainly been smashing it recently. Very top player indeed. Very, very, very good player at the moment. But yes, I think like Wood Elves is quite nice because Wood Elves into VP is pretty horrid. Actually, low-key kind of like High Elves into Beastmen. I think there's some nice things that can be achieved there, but it very much depends. I think at this level of the game with these two players, I think things can certainly be very, very different. But you have some good tools that you can be utilised for sure. Certainly can be utilised. All right. So I believe today there is going to be a small little prize here from the lovely guys at GGX. It's going to be a small prize there for the just the winner today. So it's going to be a small prize for the winner. So yeah, it's quite a bit on the line here, which is nice. Sigmar bless the ravaged body. Hey, Bobman, how you going? How's the what kind of monster are you? No monster. But I am simply lowly peasant in comparisons to Bobman. Listen, peasants rise. There's no such thing as peasants in this game. They are battle farmers on my streams. You're a battle farmer, Rusty. You're not any just peasant. Alright, Beastmen. So I guess... Okay. Beastmen VP is not terrible. It's not great either. But we could be seeing another mirror match. Which would be a little bit painful to watch, I guess. But it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. But we certainly could see some things here for sure. I think you could do something quite nice with VP. Man, I wanted the VC mirror. Yeah, the VC mirror is an interesting one to watch. Ah, hello there, Mr. Bot. We can remove you for sure. So let's see here what Mofet does. Depends if he backs himself there for the Beastmen mirror. Beastmen mirror can be quite tough. And of course, with the new changes here, you can certainly see a variety in what's brought, for sure. I've actually seen, instead of having a Goblin, I've actually been seeing a lot of people bringing the Butchers of Kalkengard as a bit more protection for Taurox, because obviously then Taurox, Taurox is great on his own, but it's even better when backed up by a Goblin, right? Need me some 20 action, board of quick battles. Yes, Ryan, we're gonna get you involved, we're gonna get you involved, my friend, with hopefully get you some short beard stuff going, and then I'll be throwing on my own tournament stuff as well. There's a lot going on at the moment, and this week there should be a lot of content coming forward for sure from me from the tournament side, which will lead into Warhammer 3. So once we're kicking off there and ready to go, we'll be pushing through, and we'll be getting some tournament stuff almost going very, very, very constantly while we're doing 2-3 tournaments a week, just having some really, really good fun with it. So it should be very good. So VP it is. VP it is. VP it is. Yeah, so VP, of course, you got the old classical gunbat cheese. Yeah, certainly going to be seeing some gunbats for sure. Maybe 4 or 5 gumbats could do quite nicely here to certainly chase off the throwing axe potential. And throwing axes there from Even Star. You'll need some throwing axes. You'll also need some of the Ungor Raiders. They can certainly deal with gumbats. So it's not always the way to go. You can always see a bit of a crab box with Count Noculus on top of his Beastie Boy. Get some artillery fire down the lines. Also get the double crabs with the gunnery wights. Scab Scrath, you name it. They kind of just delete cheap infantry. And yeah, they're probably the 2 ways you can play this in this matchup. And yeah, it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. But then, of course, you're relying a lot on invocation. You're relying a lot there on the summons to push out a lot of the chaff that does come in from the Beastmen. So there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it for sure. Already in the Discord, bro. Thanks. No worries, man. We'll be getting you going. Seek out. Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much, Eldemo. Yeah, we'll be getting you in the... we've actually had 1 or 2 people, sadly, due to a couple of... or at least a multitude of reasons, which always happens. A couple of people played a few games and have gone, sadly, I cannot complete the remainder of the season. So maybe we could try and get some fill-ins there as well with you, Ryan. I guess the new factions in Warhammer 3 will be really exciting for multiplayer. They'll be very exciting, Mr. Clock Monkey. Very exciting indeed. I'm certainly super excited for what's going to come forward. There's going to be 7 brand new factions here, at least, that we all know about, that are going to be coming forward. They're going to be super, super awesome to get in touch with. And, yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. And it's going to really shake up the multiplayer thing for a short while. And then, of course, when we get everything in together, which will come at some point, we'll then have 22 plus factions to play with. Which, listen, I can't wait. I cannot wait, because then that's when the game is really going to explode. I think, and there's going to be so much variety to play. People are going to be able to play all the chaos factions they want. They're going to do whatever they want to do, which will be super, super cool. Super, super cool indeed. But what about you guys? What are you all looking forward to here in Warhammer 3? Let me put this down here, actually, as we've got a bunch of you in today. we should have... Let's see how these gents are getting on. Are they ready? Not quite yet. Cool. Yeah, Kislev, Nurgle, and Ogres. Ah, they're going to be favourite. I think Kislev for me. I think Kislev for me is the numero uno that I am ready for sure. Interested to see how Goldtooth plays. Goldtooth could be a new Grom. Could be very powerful. Could not be very powerful. It's going to be very interesting to see how he's implemented for sure. Yeah, it could be very interesting indeed. I love light horse archers. Yeah, some of the horsemen there coming in from Kislev could be super cool. Cool. Apologies, I'm getting a bunch of pings here. Yeah, there's a lot. So like the winged lancers look absolutely insane. They look so good. Yeah, I think so too, I don't know. I think there is a potential for them to be too... There's a lot they can do with them. There is a lot they can do with them. Hey, Caradoc, how are you, my friend? How are you? Welcome, welcome. Okay, a lot of you are looking forward to Nurgle. That's pretty cool. Yeah, hopefully we'll be getting you guys in. It's like Evenstar here is still thinking. I'm going to ready up, just because, you know, I'm kind of ready. I think Mofet's ready, just waiting on Evenstar. What about you, Caradoc, my friend? What are you looking forward to? Which of the Chaos Gods are you most looking forward to? I'd love to know. I'd love to know. It looks like there's an even tie here between Tzeentch and Nurgle. A lot of you guys looking forward to those. I think a lot of people are looking forward to Tzeentch more than I would have thought. I thought people certainly would have been Nurgle and Khorne. Exactly. Blood for the blood gods. Cornflakes for the corn throne. Indeed, Mr. Bogman. Indeed. Alright, so Mofet is ready. Khorne could be super fun. Khorne could be super fun indeed. There was some of the stuff that Invicta did on some of the like winged lancers, and then they did the blood crushers and stuff like that. I look forward to seeing Caradoc. Nice. Yeah, yeah, they did some really cool stuff. There's stuff about the Tutujin and all sorts, and it was just really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. Certainly would advise watching. Khorne Slanesh, Mr. Jason. Very nice. Yeah, Slanesh is probably the one I'm probably not that bothered about. Khorne for sure. Khorne looks like super fun. Looks super fun to me. Nurgle looks disgusting, but also great at the same time. Yeah, it could be super fun indeed. Alright, let's just double check that everything is okay here. Yeah, it looks to be that everything is okay. Just waiting on Evenstar. Slanesh second simply for the look of them. I love Rush factions. Oh, fair enough. Norska main at the moment, hoping they use Kislev as a nice DLC pack idea. Yeah, probably. I imagine they could. They've definitely said 100% Norska will have a DLC on livestream. They said that that is a thing that is certainly going to happen, and it certainly needs to. Game 3 is basically a Chaos faction DLC anyway, so you're going to get a lot of Norska, a lot of Chaos, a lot of updates, a lot of cool things, I'm sure. So, yeah, it's good stuff if you are a fan of Chaos. I assume you like Beastmen then, do you, Mr. Haynes? I'm assuming you're a big fan of the Beastmen. The old Rush faction themselves. Right, let me just double check if Even Start is okay. Haven't heard from him. Double check that Even Start is doing okay. Haven't heard from him in a minute. If it's a good short while, we might pop over to the other semi-final and see what's going on there. This is taking a short while. Yeah, looks like Mofair is ready. I'll have to DM in a minute. Let me message here. I'll start battle just in case you really that line don't see, but yeah. To see what's going on here with Mr. Evenstar. Ah, we're loading in. Fantastic. Fantastic. Let's get it on. So, VP against Beastmen. Yeah, I've certainly seen good Vampire Pirate players do very well in this matchup, for sure. Yeah, and we're going to immediately look here. This is exactly what I said I thought we could see. It's going to be Bucket of the Shaft, and it's going to be the triple of the Rotten Prometheans, double Gunnery Crabs, and Count Nucleus on his mount. So, it's kind of what you would normally expect. Regen here as well. God, this is super laggy. To be honoured, the Lamprey's Revenge, regen there as well as just bucketloads of AP, melee, and range. We are going to have 3 pole arms, 4 pole arms, and looks like 4 deckhands with the deckhand mobs. Deckhand mobs as well actually have pretty good AP as well, so they're actually going to have pretty decent AP. It's 7 per model here, which doesn't sound huge, but for model... Oh my god, yeah, this is really bad. Okay. So deckhand mobs here is, yeah, 7 AP per model. It's actually really, really high for such a cheap unit. And I'm not too sure what these have got. I can't quite see it. They're going everywhere here. But then we are going to have Noculus. Noculus here will be having the Captain's Wrath Moondial as well here. A really nice ability. Wrathstorm is super strong. Arcing Conduit, Invocation, Drowned Dead, the Hunger, and the Curse of Undeath. So, yeah, pretty standard stuff here across the board. Are we going to see Scab Scrath here? We are going to see double Scab Scrath from the Gunnery Whites. Yeah, some pretty good stuff there. Look at that balance of power. Look at that balance of power. Loving it here. I don't know why it's so bad. Because this is the Beastman. Apparently it favours the VP, apparently. I don't know why. Okay, so... oh, no, sorry. It is the favourite... No, oh, it's favouring the what? Interesting. Okay. I think I've got this wrong, but anyway, I can't see anything. This is really, really bad. Okay, so we've got Ungors in the front. I assume that's Gore Herds. Ungors, Gore Herds. You can see Gore Herds are the ones that are a little bit more spread apart. And then you've got Ungors, Gore Herds, Ungors. So just a really, really wide front line. Ungor Raiders at the top. We are going to have a Bray Shaman with Traitokin and Bray Scream. And we are going to have the Lord Choice, Morgan the Shadow Gave. Okay, so no Toroks here. Double Harpies and looks like 4 units of Throwing Axe Centaurs. So, yeah, balance of power is going to be... Oh, it's going to be an even star's favourite. Right, yeah, I did get that wrong. Yeah, for some reason, I thought that Mofet was playing... was playing the Beastmen. I don't know how I got that confused. But, yeah, looks like we're going to go for a bit of a corner vanguard here. We've got to be careful. Yeah, this hill, you've got to be super careful between here. And you've got to be super careful between here. Just make sure that he's not quite on the corner there. But there's no artillery, so there's not really too much to protect here. Just a pocket is just going to be kind of looking after the Rotten Prometheans. They'll do really well if kind of supplemented inside infantry. But you can see here, very, very close to the left-hand side. So, you know, I'm not a referee today. So it's just down to the GGX boys about what they see and what they deem legal or not legal. See a certain problem coming over here, though. There's going to be quite a wide rotation here and a short rotation here. So what you're going to see is a bit of a pivot with these coming back and these coming forward. So you're certainly going to see a level of rotation. And then you'll try and see them maybe kind of line up and then come for a kind of a frontal attack on like so. But that rotation, you've got to be careful. It's lucky there's no artillery apart from Noculus to kind of punish that. Looks like we should be able to get away. Noculus here. Where's his range to? His range is going to be able to shoot here down the flanks as well. You can see lots of damage coming in this pocket. There's going to be lots of work going on here. And that's some really nice work there for Noculus. Noculus here has got 330 range. It's not huge, but you can certainly work on it. But you can see a really, really nice rotation from Mofet. You are going to see a nice drag back here. And then this is going to rotate to meet square. And then we're going to come on. But we've got to be careful of this. This is moving in this direction. And then we've got to be careful. And it's like, yeah, he is talking about the white line. I love it. I love it. But we certainly got this border edge here to work with. So we've got this border edge and we can certainly rotate a little bit more. You'll probably end up seeing them square on about here and here. You're certainly going to see a square on where the beastmen are then going to try and use their mobility advantage and kind of the widespread forces of the Ungors and Gors to try and see if they can get around the flanks here. They do have some AP punish here for the Rotten Prometheans, but maybe they're trying to cheese out some of the Noculus ammunition here. So he is repositioning, but this is a long reposition. Now, as long as he goes forwards now and does a complete attack, it's fine, because that's a reposition to then go into the full attacking phase. Because once you've engaged in that attacking phase, you're then locked in to go, and you're ready to progress there. But this is, smart rotation. You are going to lose some Gore herds for that trouble. 35 models, it's not the end of the world. You'll certainly survive after that. It's not going to be the end of days here, but it's significant for this unit. And Gore herds, are a big factor behind beating, say, some of the cutlasses here from the deckhand mobs. Harpies coming over. There's not really any places for Harpies to go home. You could certainly see these get around the back here and just kind of recharge some units, get some pin in. Certainly buckle that leadership, which is not super high. 40 there. Cutlasses is going to be 39. Rear charge negative 14. You start getting into that dangerous territory there when you get the negative 4s coming in as well for that damage sustained. You can really start then push them into that crumbling zone and really start depleting this force. And if you remove all the infantry from this force, you'll certainly start to see the weaknesses that the Rotten Leviathans certainly have here on the battlefield. So in the back here, we are getting some Harpies coming around. I think having them kind of, you've got these weakness locations here. There's nothing to pressure over here. Noculus is going to be focused on the front. We do see now throwing axes coming through. Only 75 armor here for Count Noculus, which can be a bit of a weakness here. Like Ungor Raiders can actually do a bit of damage. 75 is not a lot of armor. 75 armor is in sort of like medium territory. It's not great. It's not great for sure. 120 though, that's pretty tanky. 120 is getting into that tanky stage. Yeah, and you can see there actually is something I was about to isolate. You can see certainly some big holes here opening up in the forces where we've got some stuff that we can certainly kind of maneuver into. You have some big holes that we can certainly work in and start getting those troops in and then isolating out these gunnery whites and then start putting the big hurt on. So here in the back we can see some Decker mobs have been kind of isolated on their own. Crabs will need to support here. Harpy certainly could have swooped down, but good crab support means that this infantry here, which is really important. The pole arms do provide a lot of good anti-large and armor piercing. They can certainly be very useful here. But in the middle we are going to have the Noculus going up against the summon here of the Chaos Swarm. That is actually going to be the summon. The other one will probably have to wait for some time here. We might, I believe you have to drop below 20% health. So you have to be 20% health or less. And then we can certainly get that other summon in. So something over here, like the Gore herds here, can certainly be isolated. You could certainly be getting one of these two here becoming up next on the summon of the Chaos Spawn. Anyway, the Gunnery Crab's going to be kind of getting away because he's throwing axes here, getting thrown over the top. And that's certainly going to take some time and some money here from Invocation. But there's brilliant pressure here on Noculus. It's looking pretty dire here for him. Where is the Lord Choice, though? That's the question. I actually can't see where the Lord is. Lord is over here. Oh, there he is. Oh my god, Morgar is super weak. I didn't even see that. Morgan's going to be down to 1,100 health. And then a lot of the pole arms are going to be pushing out Ungor Raiders. Really nice work there in the middle. Ungors will actually delete a lot of these cheap, lightly armoured infantry at 15 armour. It's not huge. Being that they're almost entirely base weapon damage, they're actually going to be a big threat here on the battlefield to the majority of this cheap infantry. So a regular summon here from the deckhand mobs. Overcasting that for some guns might have been quite nice. The mobility will be much higher here for the Ungors and Gors. We do actually break in the middle there for the Brave Shaman. And that's going to be... Trade skin super important here. Getting rid of some of these crabs, etc. is uber important. Certainly want to be getting some of these across, creating a screen, and hopefully we can get our Brave Shaman here to cover. If we can't do that for even start, it's going to look pretty bleak here in the later stages. In the middle, Rotting Leviathans, or Prometheans I should say, are going to be certainly getting some big pressure here from the Centaurs. 19 with throwing axes and 30 there as well. Not huge from this unit, but here there's going to be a lot of pressure on the crabs. Now they're going to get pressured here by Ungors getting pinned in place, and that's certainly going to have some big effect there on the leadership. We are going to see some shooting in here from the Ungor Raiders. And it's like here, the Regiment of Renown, the Lamprey's Revenge, kind of pushing a little bit too far away from the blob. They certainly want to be getting back into the middle. So it looks like here we are going to get some shots down here. The Wrathstorm on top of the Tentacle throwing axes, they are a huge threat here. The problem is now you do have the opportunity for a collapse. If you get a collapse here in pretty much from every side now, which it looks to be the case, you can see here Noculus actually coming out with a healing cap. It is looking pretty dire here for the VP, I think. VP are suddenly getting spread apart. They're getting shut down pretty effectively. You can see here in the back, 2 units of the throwing axes could certainly put some good punishment here on top of the double gunnery whites. And they're going to be crucial here to kind of keeping Morgar away and keeping the throwing axes away. Those, of course, they can certainly take out a model there with every sort of fire. Morgar is uber tanky, 75% missile resistance, is hard to take down. He's going to be quick. He's going to be pulling through his infantry here, so that's a nice little bit of work. Morgar will, and it is super needed here for the Beastmen. Throwing axes coming in, this could be a bit of a problem here from the Rotting Prometheans, and of course that will take healing away from Noculus if they get too much pressure on them, because of course this build certainly needs Noculus, because he's not a great melee combatant there on top of his mount. He will need the Rotting Prometheans to fight for him. Infantry here in the middle, one of these being maybe summons. It's not looking good here. Unfortunately that infantry falling will be pretty bad here, I think. So it looks like here they are going for the snipe. It looks like they're still going to be chasing after Morgar. Morgar, what, 39 speed. What are these? 45. I'm surprised they haven't caught them yet. But so we are coming after the Rotting Prometheans. Noculus is uber low as well. Noculus is in super dangerous territory here. 2,700. And we can see throwing axes are now over the top. And he's just really slow. 45 speed. He's not going to be able to juke any of these incoming missiles. Throwing axes will certainly donk on the back door there and certainly throw him into crumbling territory. Charging in here with the Harpies. And so we are going to be pushing off the double Centaur throwing axes. Good pressure there from the Lamprey's Revenge. They can fire here whilst moving, so keeping these Centaurs in check is always very needed. Of course, they can't. Can they fire whilst moving? They can fire whilst moving. So yeah, the 360 models here doing some good work indeed. In the middle though, we can see here, and it looks like, yeah, we are going to be in roughly, even if not to negative territory there, throwing axes in. Yeah, this could be the end of the day. It's going to be Wrathstorm is desperately trying to take down Centaurs. Oh, that was a lovely one there. We can see that coming down. That's going to reduce them to 16 models. It is going to be wavering -1 there. That's going to be a brilliant break there coming out of Mofet. Mofet seriously needed that turn in the tide. It was looking pretty bleak here. Now, we certainly need an invocation here for Noculus. Of course, if we do go into that negative leadership, invocation no longer becomes activatable. In the back though, and this is looking big pressure here. The double gunnery crabs are going to be pulling it through for the vampire pirates. We can see here a lot of the Beastmen forces are going to be getting pushed away. Now these Ungors, super useful. We're going to need those back for sure. Harpies are going to be in. Can we gate these? They're going to be very tired. Leadership is going to be low. Yeah, it's a little bit too quick there, I think. You need to allow them to kind of rest a bit, get a bit of vigor and a bit of leadership, and then go for the swipe here. Because of course that terror is going to be super huge on all these units that don't have fear or ITP. Here in the middle of those, so we are going to get Centaurs getting taken down here by the Rotting Prometheans. And maybe the turn of the tides here. We got a super weak gunnery white here. 10 leadership. Could we do the damage? I think actually, I don't know. I feel like you ought to pop the gunnery white whilst it's so low. But actually, I think you just got to shoot Noculus. I think you just got to shoot him. Yeah, and this is why these Ungors are so important. Oh, was that Scabscraft? Did I just miss a Scabscraft? I think we did. Because you saw that some good damage coming on Noculus. 75 armor is okay, but it's pretty hard. But we can see 10 ammunition for Noculus. Going to be shooting here and breaking the center gauge. Balance of power now pulling into the VP favor. This is a really back and forth game. We can see here a lot of these things are going to be exhausted. They need vigor. If they break too many times, you're going to be seeing shatters here, and that's a big loss for the Ungors in the back. These need to rest. They are going to be winded. So damage sustained, and I didn't see what the negative. Lord dead, -10. I didn't actually see that he fell there. So we can see exhausted. Oh, very tired, in fact. Very tired. It's only going to be -2. I believe it's -6 for exhausted. That's going to be shattered. That's going to be army losses. GG's and more play to Mofet. That was a really, really good hold. I was quite surprised there, actually, that we managed to get the hold for the VP. I kind of saw the end of days coming there when we actually were seeing a lot of the infantry fall. I thought that the Rotten Prometheans were actually going to struggle with no infantry support. But yeah, very nice stuff. 900 there for the Rotten Prometheans, 511 with 1,023 for Lamprey's Revenge. 1,600, 155 kills there for Noculus. Good early harass there. Really shutting down the Gorehorns. Punishing the really wide build there from the Beastmen. So that was some nice work. 2,040, 1,700 for the Gunnery Whites. Just, I mean, I don't need to say anymore. They're just extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. 300, 220, and 207 for the Zombie Pirate Deckhand mobs. With the polearms at 470, 280, 166, and 390 there. Yeah, so overall, very, very good. Morgan the Shadowgate, 332. So not too much, but of course the double summons coming in. And of course he just absorbs so much. He just absorbs so much. We got 485 there for the Brave Shaman. Kind of unfortunately lost that a bit easily. 180, 190, 315, and 316 there for the Ungor Herds. Gore Herds in at 610, 720, 370, and 640. They're just, yeah, very good indeed. Very, very good. 270, 850, 488, and 670. Ungors and Throwing Axes doing well. 800, 1,450, 800, 1,074. Harpies 280, and 335 there. Yeah. Very nice build indeed. Very, very nice build. Yeah, very, very strong day. Yo, what's up down on the bundle? How are we doing? How are we doing? GG's well played here. GG's well played. Yeah, very nice there, holding in with from Mofet. I thought certainly there the pressure of the range when we got that mass surround, just dealing with those Ungor Raiders and the Throwing Axis was really, really nice. Yeah, we'll see you in the final. So we should get Mr. RTK Rusty. So we're not going to be having an RTK semi-final. Is it Rusty and Krusty? Rusty, I have quite a few. Oh, there we go. RTK Rusty. So you're not Rusty and Krusty. I have no idea who Rusty and Krusty is then. I just got somebody on my thing called Rusty and Krusty. How are we doing? Hey, dog. How are we doing? How is everybody today? Welcome, everybody. See you all joining. Hopefully you're all having a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. Hope you're all ready for some Warhammer action. So you missed the classical VC mirror to start off a big stream. We then went into VP up against the Beastmen, and then we got a 2-0 win there for Mofet going up against Evenstar. I'll pick VC skip bands. So we'll put the 2 on the door there for Mofet, but we'll slowly change the names here as we go through. So we have Bob, Man. Oh, looks like here a bit of lag. Alright, so we will have... Alright, oh, 41% for Zinj. Very nice stuff. Very nice stuff indeed. I mean, boys, can we not meme? Yeah. The boys are memeing. The boys are memeing. Right, so Mofet in the final. Yeah, brilliant series between those two actually, and you know, two top players that do actually play VC really, really well, which is quite nice to see. It's strong to see. It's nice to see a strong VC mirror, and you can see both of them certainly came from similar ideas there, which is really, really, really really cool. Okay, so we'll go here. We got Bobman, and then we got Mofet to change it to Rusty. So Rusty came through my shortbid league and then joined up there with RTK, and he's been doing very well ever since. And Bobman there has been for a short while, so he's been playing very good as well. He's been pretty strong there in the Intisti ladder scene, doing quite some nice work indeed. I believe he was at Masters. So he was at the top 3% there of the Intisti ladder, so he's been, you know, performing quite strong indeed. So Skaven and Lizards there from Bobman. Interesting to see the Skaven pick. Skaven at the moment certainly struggling against quite a lot of factions. You know, I think here for Skaven Lizards, if you went Chaos, could be quite difficult. I think here, if you pick Greenskins, I think you just got to go Lizardmen. I think Lizardmen has got a great counter here against Greenskins, and I think you're certainly going to see some great play coming here. Bobman is certainly no joke of a player. Throw shade at the RTK guys, implying they can't play VC. Listen. There are some people that you know that should do a VC mirror match, and then there are some people that you know that shouldn't do a VC mirror match. I don't think I've ever seen Rusty play VC. I don't think I've ever seen you play VC, Rusty. I don't think. Oh no, not again. Yeah, indeed, Aldamo, indeed. Alright, so it looks like Zeech is going to be taking the cake there. Very interesting. Lots of Zeech fans. Alright. So what about rest for Warhammer 3? So we have Kislev. Yes, we have Kislev, Cathay, Ogres. What are you guys looking forward to for Warhammer 3? So it looks like it is going to be Skaven, perhaps. You have to start somewhere. Indeed. It's true. You do have to start somewhere. Alright, so it is going to be Greenskins against Skaven. I probably these days would say this is still probably Greenskin favoured. I wouldn't even say it's ridiculously Greenskin favoured either. I'm surprised to see the Bobman didn't take... I think perhaps he took Skaven here because he wanted to save Lizardmen for a stronger opportunity, perhaps. Looking forward to seeing Bloodletters running over the battlefield, hacking things a bit. Yeah, that seems about right, Mr. Down Under Blunder. That seems spot on there for you. Hey, Turtle Punch, how we doing? I like defensive factions, so Cathay. Also, when I get really high and play it, pains me to play as bad guys because I'm so immersed. I love it. Cathay should be awesome. I'm really looking forward to Cathay and also Kislev. I think probably Kislev more than Cathay, but yeah, certainly looking forward to those two. Like Kislev should be really cool. I think Cathay is going to have some amazing mechanics for sure. It looks uber fun. It looks uber fun, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. Ah, give me Warhammer 3 already. You know. Give me Warhammer 3 already. Alright, so we're going to be through to the second semi-final. So if anybody here today is enjoying all of the content here on the channel, firstly, thank you very much for hanging out with me today. But do feel free to leave a like as well if you're really enjoying it, and do feel free to subscribe. It really does help here on the channel. But without further ado, let's continue here with the match. So we are going to have Pit Fighters of Hell Deep mixing here with other Triple Rats Ogres. So the Pit Fighters here, of course, have that Berserk mechanic, which ticks over every 30 seconds. So a minute and a half here of consistent melee combat will give them 20% physical resistance and 13 melee attack, which will make them pretty strong indeed. Frenzy as well is going to really bolster those stats. Of course, Rat Ogres have okay melee stats, but with these ones here with Russian Renown plus Frenzy on top, makes them super strong indeed. So we are going to have Clan Rats here with the spears, so quite a lot of those indeed. Some Skaven Slaves dotted in the front. We are going to have the dreaded Poison Wind Globed Ears, which, 100 armor makes them rather tanky, magic damage as well, and tick poison with good AP. The regular Poison Wind Mortars, as well as the Plague Priest, here probably Vermintide and the Pestilence Breath. So that's going to be the hero here on a bell, with Pestilence Breath and the Billowing Death, which is going to be kind of a bit of a Mortis engine, with one Assassin in the back with the Concealment Bombs, Assassin's Trophy, Rival High Talisman, and Slippery. And then Deathmaster Snickage here with the Deathmaster Sigil, the Concealment Bombs, and Slippery. Yeah, pretty good force here with the Ikit's Zap Zap Cannon. So yeah, pretty powerful. And that should give Disrupt there if you do actually punch up against a big hero. Rechargeability plus 10 seconds. Greenskins here from Rusty. We are going to have Orc Boys in the back, 2 units, as well as some Blorks here. So it's going to be the double Blorks. Mixing here with Orc Boys and a bucket load of Goblins. Goblins, uber good here. Goblins are so good. Silver Shield, they just absorb everything. Giant River Troll Hag is going to overcast and cause some damage, but we are going to see Spirit Leech, Mither, and of course Regeneration there, just in case there's big damage. Oh, look at the punch to the face. The cannon here is going to be going wham on that Giant River Troll Hag. The Goblin Rock Lobber in the back here with the double Orc Arrow Boys. Yeah, pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff indeed. Now, where's the Lord Choice? Lord Choice is going to be Grimgore. It's going to be the big boy here. He's going to have Your Next and also Blood Forged Armor. Yeah, pretty strong indeed. Pretty strong indeed. Something there on my screen. So, Poison Wind Mortars, they're going to be, oh my god, they're going to be deleting there. But the Giant River Troll Hag, and this is the problem with pushing through the middle here with such heroes. It's just going to be the direct line of sight of the cannon. You've got a nice big position here. You can set up the Giant River Troll Hag behind. Spirit Leech is then going to be nice and close, and you can do all the good stuff. And she can be protected, so I wouldn't mind seeing, maybe her come around to here. And you can also, Grimgore is going to be down the line. We've got this little ridge here as well, so this ridge on the top could provide some protection. Positioning here, so it looks like we are going to be holding on the right-hand side. Rat Ogres mixing alongside Clan Rat Spears. Should be able to hold here up against the Orc Boars. And they're going to punch pretty hard. What's this on the... That's a lovely charge bonus on the Skaven Slaves. 48 charge bonus. Good AP as well here for the Orc Boar boys. And, yeah, good stuff there. They've absolutely clattered this right-hand flank. Pit Fighters of Hell's Deep coming over to add a little bit of extra punch as well. In the middle, it looks like it is going to be Pestilence Breath down the line here. Trying to see if we can catch the Orc Boars. So the Orc Boys. But in the middle, we are going to have Goblins kind of just weaving their way into the front. And now trying to see if they can shut down here some of the Poison Winds. They're going to get some pressure on there before they do break. So nice stuff in. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be exactly the same on the other side. But it's like the double cavalry is going to meet its demise here. In the middle, we are going to be seeing Rat Ogres. How many have we got here? 1, 2. So a little bit more mass this time backing up the Clan Rat Spears. So we should be able to hold quite nicely. River Hold Trag in the the River Troll Hag in the middle, god damn it, is going to be trapped and still getting smashed here by this cannon. It's coming in and doing some good work. Deathmaster Snickage, not really sorry he wants to engage this, but he might not have a choice. Grimgore's going to be bringing it to him. Big axe to the face there for Snickage. Yeah, Grimgore means business here. So we are going to have Slippery. We are going to pin him in. Rival High Talisman, Assassin's Trophy. Now we're going to move in here with Plague Priest, Billowing Death, and all the big stuff. Was Your Next activated? I'm not sure if it was. Slippery has been activated there for the Assassin. Grimgore's going to be getting away with. Grimgore was punished. Grimgore was punished. But that Rival High Talisman has been used. Grimgore's going to be getting away. Balance of Power has now pulled into the Skaven favour. And to right. So someone in the front here is going to be a Vermintide. No, it's going to be a Plague Monk summon. They're certainly going to move out here and try and see if we can deal maybe with these Orc Arrow Boys. In the middle, Goblin's just going to get the big, hard, stiff wah as they charge into the middle. We are going to have the Orc Boys. That plus 24 melee attack, bring them up to 52. So you can certainly do the big chomp here up against the Rat Ogres. Poisonwind Globes in the back, still going to be firing into this pocket. Really well held here from the Skaven, giving us much advantage here for the Poisonwind Mortars and the Globes. And this nice big cannon in the back here to do all the work here for the Skaven. Yes, yes. Orc Ball Boys are in, but you see they're going to get smashed here by the Arm Pigeon explosions of the Poisonwind Mortars. There is going to be a break. It's going to be negative 27 leadership, and that's going to be all they wrote. Ours is going to be filing in here up against the Plague Priest. It's going to be negative melee defense, negative speed, negative melee attack. That's going to be shooting here with the Orc Arrow Boys. He's going to be down to 830 health, so not super strong. In the middle, though, this is a problem. This is going to cause huge problems for the Greenskins. That is going to be army losses. GG's, and well played here to Bobman and the Skaven. I'm excited for the better siege battles, and I'm assuming Cathay will have the coolest maps for that. Yes, 100%, Matt. Cathay's going to have some amazing stuff indeed. So, Grimgar. We are going to get to 21 kills, 650. Only 112 for the Giant River Hag. She got absolutely smashed there in that middle pocket. Certainly want to get that wider stance there with your heroes like that. Pretty much there so that the cannon will have to then turn and shoot, which means you're going to get less shots, in theory, there on target. You know, of course, a lot of that time will be spent turning for the artillery pieces. 44, as well as 23 and 185 there for the Gobbos, with 225, 5, 365, 27 for the Orc Boys, with 525 and 200 there for the Black Orcs. 470, 200 and 380 for the Orc Arrow Boys, with 233, 600, 320 and 350. So, okay overall. Okay, not brilliant. These things certainly cost a lot more than what they were paying. Certainly paid a lot more from what they received. So, 114 there from the Goblin Rock Club. I didn't even go back to it, actually. I didn't see any sort of pressure from it. But 1,650 for Deathmaster, 366 and 317 from the Plague Priest. 74, 23, 49, 4 and 14 there from the Skaven Slaves. From the Spears, 0 and 99. From the Clan Rats with Spears, 255 and 53. 64 kills, 900. 135 kills, 1,280. Apologies. Yeah, very good performance. This is kind of the old school days that we're seeing here, where these Poison Winds were comfortably getting, nearly 3 times their value. 873 there for the Poison Wind Mortars, with 640, 310 and 270 there for the Rat Ogres, with 422 for the Pit Fighters of Hell's Deep. 1.2k for the Zap Zap Cannon, which just obliterated the Giant River Troll Hag. Jeez, indeed. I'll pick Beastmen and Chaos Warriors. The Warriors are Chaos. Hey, Daniel B. I'm actually excited for all of the factions. Yeah, I think that's a really, really good shout, Daniel. I think we are all super excited, but of course, I think there's 1 or 2 that we have at the top. But yeah, I'm glad to see that you're excited for all of them. They all look super, super interesting, so it should be really, really cool. VC, yeah, that, So it looks like here Rusty didn't quite think through his plan. He goes, right, I'm going to go Chaos and Beastmen. Cool. I'll pick a nice juicy counter to both of them with the Vampire Counts. So Bobman is not going to be holding back. Yeah, at this moment, Rusty knew that he messed up for sure. At this moment, yeah. Congrats on the 1k subs. Thank you very much, Mr. Fourponen. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate that, dude. Hey, chat, Logic, I wasn't here for a long time. No problem, Fourponen. It's really nice to have you back, my friend. I'm super excited to see you coming back to the scene, and also for Warhammer 3, my friend. I'm sure we'll be seeing all of you Son of the Mountain gentlemen back shortly, and I'm sure we've actually got our own thing coming up soon. I'm actually going to be a mercenary for the Son of the Mountains. I'm going to be helping these guys try and see if they can get victory here with the... I won't say anything yet, but there will be some nice stuff coming forward. But we're going to try and see if we can get some victory here. The Dwarven Holds are going to be coming forward in force. That's for sure. That's for sure. All right, so this is a bit of an interesting matchup. I'd say it's probably Beastmen's worst matchup, I think. I think out of the two, I probably would have taken Chaos, actually. I think I probably would have taken Chaos. I don't think I would have taken Beastmen, because this is Beastmen's worst matchup. So if you had to go to Game 3, having Beastmen in the back pocket, very useful. Very useful. Chaos also. But I think that there's also Chaos worst matchup, I think. It's a tough one, isn't it, really? You know, Triple Blood Knights can do really well here. You can also pin in and do the out heal effect as well. Just outlast Beastmen. It's a bad matchup indeed. Gentlemen, they are the most evil clan on earth. It's true, I have faction at the top, and that's Cathay. Yes, indeed. Cathay looks awesome. Cathay looks awesome. So many dwarf names unite in one clan. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't see a Son of the Elves anywhere, Mr. Zypher. Alright, so here we are going to see the dreaded Claw of Nagash. Of course, here the triple effect of the Reliquary of Binding, the Blasphemous Tome, and the Reliquary of Corruption, as well as that Chilling Aura of Regeneration, as well as Terror, and actually has magic resistance. You would look at it and think, oh, that looks ethereal, but actually it's not. The Banshee, on the other hand, quite the different story. Going to be here with quite a big magical weakness because it pays for a lot of physical resistance and has no armor. Meteric here, magical AP. It's got a lot here. Double Vargolfs alongside Heinrich Keller. Or Kemmler. Heinrich Kemmler. With the Lord of Undeath, the Undead Resurgence, as well as Raise the Dead, Gaze on Nagash, Invocation, and the Chaos Tombblade. So, zombies here dotted in the front line. Here as well with some Skeleton Spearmen. So we are going to have the die pack in the back. We are going to have a unit of Crypt Horrors, and looks like we're going for the big blop AoE damage effect with the summon there of Krell. So yeah, that could be an interesting one. I've seen Triple Blood Knights used in this matchup as well, and they can do pretty well. So, the best of the Gores here. 1, 2, 3, 4 best of the Gores in the front. Look at these boys here with their big armor-piercing wielding battle axes. Ready to chomp here at the enemy. 32 charge bonus. That will increase to 35. With Primal Fury, and they certainly rely on that charge bonus. It gives them up to 30, actually up to 70 melee attack, which is huge here. Turox, the Brass Ball, alongside a Bray Shaman of Wild here, Traitorkin, and the Bestial Surge, the Jabber Scythe in the back, alongside the Blute. Ooh, the Behemoth! The Behemoth! Let's go! I know I call this all wrong, and I know you all hate it, but I'm going to keep calling it the Behemoth because I love it. So, Strength from Flesh, Frenzy, and you name it, 79 melee attack. This thing with anti-large just absolutely bumps in the whip. But we are going to have Gore Herds, the Jabber Scythe, and yeah, all of these big entity monsters that can come and do a big slap in. That is a buckload of armor piercing, and yeah, it's going to do some good work here. It's going to do some good work indeed. I'm surprised CA hasn't stepped in to stop Son of the Mountains. Chaos, just choose Ever Chosen and it's way easier. Burning Head and Fire Cloak spam. Yeah, 100%. Going in there with the Chosen is very good. Like Chosen Halberds with Flaming Sword of Ruin, giving the fire and magic damage is all you need. You don't even need Burning Head. I actually don't even think Burning Head is all that necessary because what zombies and Skeleton Spearmen are going to do to most of your army, it's just going to lose. Like, it's not beating. They're not even beating Ungors. They're not even beating Ungors. They will fall. And then, you know, fire damage here to take down the Claw of Nagash, take down the Vargolfs, you know, the extra fire damage. Yeah, it's pretty good. So, in the middle here, the Behemoth is going to be going absolutely ham here. Now we're going to be going in Vargolfs, just ramming Rod here with the Claw of Nagash, just going straight downtown on the Behemoth. But the Behemoth is certainly going to slap up pretty hard here. We do have Crow on the back, he's going to be whipping all over the Blood Boot, but we do have zombies in behind, kind of getting that little pin effect in, so we can kind of, you know, get a good old juicy sandwich in here. And also the Jabber Scythe is going to be going ham up against the Skeleton Spearmen and the Crypt Horrors. The Crypt Horrors will pin them in and stop those kind of weird and strange animations that are so difficult to stop. They just have enough mass here to pin them in. There we go. There's these silly animations that are so goddamn awesome, but such a pain to play against. So the Sternsman Graveguard with the poison. I was thinking of the Constantine Stalkers. The Sternsman here with the regeneration, the Graveguard. Should be able to punch a hole here through the Gore Herds. I was actually thinking the poison. on the Jabberscythe might be quite nice, but actually that's not going to be here today. So Kemmler is going to be running away, but it looks like in chase is going to be Torox. Torox is coming for that backside, and that combat roll into the backside there of Kemmler is going to be pretty dangerous indeed. Direpack Wolves coming over, they're probably going to kind of scoot and into their death here, really. It's not going to be a great place here for the Direpack to kind of fight up against Torox, but they will put him in, and they will do the work there for time. Heinrich Keller will certainly be able to circle around here and do all the dirty work. He's going to be charging into the Jabberscythe, and sadly he and Torox is not going to be able to help up against his big, beautiful monster. Unfortunately, the Behemoth here is going to be losing to the mad pressure of the VC. Looks like here the double Vargolfs is going to be enough to take down the Blood Druid. The Behemoth here does regenerate in combat, but it looks like there's not going to be quite enough here for him to get that good healing off, and he's going to be taking too much damage for a turn. Brave Shaman, though, I would certainly love to see a juicy kind of spell here. See if we can get a Traitokin in and do all the good work here on this lot. That would certainly destroy a lot of these units here in the middle. Well, it looks like here we are going to be having the healing cap coming out for Heinrich Keller. That's pretty dangerous indeed. Heinrich Keller, 2,800 health. You can see that healing cap certainly coming down. So we had to summon their zombies to kind of stop the pressure there from the big man himself. In the middle, we do break here for the Behemoth. Behemoth is going to be 380. Did he fall? I didn't see him fall, but I can't see his unit card, so he must have fallen there. So it looks like he is going to get drawn down here by just the mass. Oh my god, there's just a huge clump of VC here, just going wild in this pocket. All I can hear is screams and thumps and all sorts of things here in the middle. I really can't see what's going on. Jabberscythe breaks, it does get away. It might return, but I highly doubt it. Vargolfs are going to be in fight up against Torox. They got brilliant AP, Banshee in there as well. Does he have immune to psychology? He does he? He does. Torox does have immune to psychology. These Bestigors certainly will not, but this one here is actually rather healthy. Could we get in here and start doing some work? Maybe. So Bestigors are returning, Goreherds as well. They should be able to get in here and do some good work. They should be able to chew up a lot of the die packs in here, but Torox is getting pounded. We can see here Heinrich. Kemmler is going to be doing some... actually, he's pretty much going to just be getting beaten up here by... just going to be getting beaten up by Torox. Jabberscythe does jump in, but he's going to break for the second time. That's going to be army losses, GG's, and well played. There's still a lot there to go from the Beastmen, though. Torox is really healthy. I'm very surprised they're just instantly shattered. There we go. Behemoth. I'm going to call it the Behemoth because... I'm going to call it the Behemoth because I don't care. Bestigors... Do Bestigors beat GGGW? Oh, Graveguard Great Weapons. No. Sadly not. Not really. You hit them there with a Dance Macabre and they'll mow through it. So we got 1,500, 1,060 for the Brave Shaman. With those kind of blobs, I was expecting more value there from the Brave Shaman. 175, 230, because you can't allow that. You can't allow that kind of blob. 780, 330, 580, and 500 from the Bestigors. 800 and 1,700 from the Behemoth. Doing pretty nice. Pretty nice. 1,150 there for the Claw and Gash. Expected. 900, 860. 621 there from the Dire Packs. 800, 580, 730 from the Crypt Horrors. Expect that as well. With 980 there for the Sternsman Graveguard. 280, 290 there for the Skeletons. And here from the Zombies, like 51, 98, 68, 43, and 23. Banshee 211, 1,100 here from Heinrich Keller. Very, very good indeed. So, well done to Bullman on reaching the final. He's going to be going up here against Mr. Mofet. Let me send the man, the myth, the legend a message and see if we can get him in here. Oh, yeah, lucky there, Rusty, man. You put on a great performance. Yeah, GG's indeed, man. GG's indeed. You put on a great performance. I think I probably still would have taken the Chaos there. I think Chaos, did better there than Beastman. I don't know. It's a tough one, right? It's a tough one. Yeah, yes, it is a tough one. So I'm just going to wait here on the big man to come back. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop away for 2 seconds, and I will be right back, and then we'll be ready to start the finals. You'll probably be in bed by then, won't you? I might start about midnight, so 10, quarter to 10 now. Oh, okay, well, we'll... If not like 11, I'll probably watch that. Sweet, I'll let you know. Alrighty, so let's see if the big Mofet is in. Try to see if we can find him here. So Mofet is not here just yet. So I have messaged Mofet. Let me see if I can message him again. I'll message him again and see if he responds. Just waiting on Mofet. Oh, who is this? Hey man, Arid, your analysis is exceptional. A pleasure to watch. Thanks. Thank you so much for the donation, dude. You're my first ever donator, so thank you so much, man. I really appreciate the donation. Thank you very, very much. I'm really glad that you enjoy the analysis. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. No, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm glad you've been enjoying it so far. So let me very quickly update the scoreboard. So we're going to be having... let's have a little look here. So Rusty will be going now to Mofet. So we are going to be having the Russian player of Mofet going up against... I don't know if he's actually VM, so I won't say VM, but up against Bobman here from RTK. Yeah, thank you very much, man. That's really kind of you. Thank you very much. And that does go a long way. So, yeah. Yeah. I was expecting you to say something, Mr. Cypher. I was expecting you to say something. You earned every penny. Thank you very much, man. That's really awesome of you. He's not as far as I know. Who made you a mod again? Alright, listen, we've got some support for Bobman. So let's finish it off here. So we are going to be in the finals with Mofet up against Bobman. So who are we supporting today is the question. Put up a little poll here. I believe it is Mofet to start. Mofet, you are to start, pick and bam. So it looks like there, yeah, Kislev is going to be quite a big winner, which I'm not surprised. Cowdog, you might be able to answer this. Is Mofet VM, or is he just because I see him hanging around quite a bit. Is he VM or is he not there yet? I thought the mods were supposed to be on your side. I know. Arid, is that said correctly? Arid, is that correct? But yeah, they are meant to be on my side, but that is not always the case. I think actually most of the mods would prefer to go against me. Perhaps because they know me personally, that's what it is. Map. Let me have a look. The map here is going to be Iron Sand Deserts. That was... There we go. Iron Sand Desert. Ooh, that's laggy. That is laggy. He's not VM. Okay. Aha, Exploding Hamster has just returned. Although we might be having a few problems here. Aha. All right, arid, as in dry wind. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Where are you from, arid? I'll know who I'm supporting after I see their faction picks. Ah, right. Pretty close on the support though. Pretty close indeed. Could go either way there. Awesome. Right, so we got Exploding Hamster back. Welcome back, Mr. Exploding Hamster. Welcome back. So for those that don't know, the game was pitiful. Which game? Sorry, my friend. I didn't see which one. So for those that don't know, Exploding Hamster here will be... will be here. He will be streaming his side. I believe he speaks in German, so if you understand German, it could be a good stream for you. If not, I'm sure you could enjoy still some of the stuff that he shows and all these kind of things as well. But if you do want to go check out Exploding Hamster, his YouTube is going to be there, so do feel free to go jump over and say, what's up? And just go say, hey, from Logic, and, see how it's all going. Wondering what is going on over there. Yeah, I was hoping for Chelsea to win. What was the... Wolves won. Oh, let's go. Wolves won 3-1. I don't know how Chelsea's getting on. I'm going to look at the football table right now whilst I'm waiting for these boys. BBC Sports. Got the big old sports in there. Sports. Fußballer. Where's football? Football. Okay. So Liverpool won 3-0. West Ham lost. Oh yeah, I saw those. I saw that game actually. 2-3. Really close game actually. I think Leeds were all over them. Arsenal has been postponed. Wolves in 8th. 1 point off United. Oh, if we overtake United this year, that'll be amazing. That will be amazing. Right, let's have a look here. Let's go to scores and fixtures. Anything else? No, nothing today. What was yesterday? C1 over Chelsea. 1-0. Didn't see that game yet. Looks like here we got United, Watford. Anything else? Nothing really hugely. United drew to Aston Villa. It's a bit of a loss. Bit of an L. That's what it is. We are talking about football with CJ. Since Manchester City have got 56 points. What was this? Yeah, I think they've pretty much won it this year, right? I think it's pretty much done, right? So we'll look at tables. City 56, yeah, they're 11 points ahead of Liverpool. They still got half a season to go, I guess, but it's looking pretty done at this point. Wolves have been on an absolute tear recently. Yeah, 3-1 Southampton. Let's go back. Can we go back? No, it's only forward. But yeah, we've won, I think, maybe the last 3 games. It's been nice. It's nice to see Wolves coming back since we got some of our key players back now. COVID and all. Really happy City won. Are you a City fan, are you, Zypher? I don't know, you City fan? Do we have any other football fans in here from maybe around the world? So, Greenskins and the Vampire Count. Now, Greenskins is a great counter there to most of the elves. So, High Elves and Greenskins, you probably don't want to be going up against each other. Dark Elves and Greenskins definitely don't want to be going up together. Wood Elves and Greenskins, not really optimal for Wood Elves, but you certainly can take that matchup. So if he does go Wood Elves, it will be Greenskins, because Wood Elves against Vampire Counts is probably one of the least fun one of the least fun elements for VC, probably. I think it's still their worst matchup. I think others probably disagree with me, but I think it's terrible for them. I think it's absolutely awful. Oh, no way! No way, Eldomo. You're a Stoke fan? You're a Stoke City supporter? No way. This would be totally random. I'll explain mine in a minute, but if you're actually a Stoke City supporter, that's actually crazy. That's actually crazy if you are. If you are, I'll tell you why that's crazy in a minute. So, Bobman here has a couple of choices. So, at the moment, I think Dwarfs are favoured against Greenskins and Vampire Count, so you could certainly see that being brought. What else could we see here? Lizardmen in both rights there could do very, very well as well. Oh, yeah. So, funnily enough, Eldelmo, obviously you guys know that I live with Rubber Duck. He's a Stoke City fan as well. So that's crazy. That's crazy, Eldelmo. What a small world. Yeah, so Lizards are going to be picked. I think that's a smart one. Dwarfs is, a little bit of a gamble. I think it's, if you go, you'll see Greenskins, Dwarfs, but here with Lizards, it could go either way. You'll probably see Greenskins here, I would have thought, because VC is a good counter elsewhere. I don't know. Yeah. Yep, fair enough. So it's going to be Greenskins against the Lizardmen. Hard for the boys here, but interesting otherwise. Why are Greenskins great against Druchi? Super wide, really cost efficient. Yeah. Skirmish game also favours the Greenskins, right? So, Wolf Riders, Spider Riders. It's not a matchup that I actually play that much, to be fair. But I would say it's just far much more cost efficient, and they can spread pretty wide. Their hero core is pretty disgusting. It's not easy to smite Grom. I actually bring Snarsnick in that one as well. Snarsnick for me is a big trap. Like, for example, Marathi can't be comfortable around Snarsnick. Like, Marathi gets most of her benefits from being in melee combat and then using Soul Seed to heal up. Whereas if you've got things like Fermented Fungi, or you've got like Vindictive Glare that can, just do chip damage. I don't know, I just feel like that, I feel like it's a lot more even than it used to be, maybe. But I feel like the Skirmish game just favours the Greenskins, which is what the Dark Elves used to be so great at. But like 2 Wolf Riders, one of them being the Regiment Renowned, and then 4 Spider Riders just dominates the, basically the Dark Elves. Always love Duck's content. I love it. I hope Mofet will not face bugs playing DE this time. Spent a lot of time in the desert southwest of US. Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, Greenskin is just super wide, good skirmish. Front line is really efficient, and you can almost do anything with it. Goblin, Silver Shields, they just absorb a lot of incoming fire. There's a lot you can do. Stone Trolls also do quite nicely there, in my opinion. And as long as you bring immune to psychology, which is pretty comfortable. I just think that what most of the Dark Elf play is you try and see if you can out cheese it by terror routing it and just playing your skirmish game with the Scourge Runner chariots, and it doesn't work against just mass Greenskins. Like just going super wide with Scourge Runners, you're not going to see your trade efficiency back there. Alright, so it looks like here I've got a bit of support for Bobman today on this side. Looks like quite an even one there on the side of... yeah, so looking at Exploding Hamster, he's got quite a bit of support there for both sides as well. So that's quite good. Got good support for both sides today. Okay, cool. So we're just going to be waiting on these two here. I'm just going to ready up to make sure that we're ready for when they go. God, it's been a while between games. Might have to ask these guys to speed up just a little bit. I'll be here till midnight. This should be an interesting one. You've got good, like, the Lizardmen could go really wide, deal with the wide, cheap greenskin forces. Chameleon Skink's very good. Skinkerhawk Javelin's very good here. Blasting charges with the Chameleon Stalkers, exceptionally good in this matchup, in my personal opinion. Also the Terror, which is pretty often. Also the double Bastillodons with the Archosotic were very good in this matchup. But of course you're going to bring one now, but you know you can bring another terror-causing unit for sure. Surprisingly, actually Dreadsaurian with the Dreaded Aversion was quite nice. That actually did quite nicely. Mofet's range is going to be waiting on Bobman. Could you see Oxyotl here? I don't think so. I don't think that you're going to see Oxyotl. You might see... You could see Kroggar with the Hand of the Gods, maybe. You could see Kroggar with the Hand of the Gods, potentially. Hey, Wicked! How are you, my friend? I hope you're doing really well. Welcome. How is the DBD legend himself? How are you on this fine evening? So it looks like Mofet is ready. I think here you're going to see quite a few skirmish riders. And then you'll see like a cheap wide front force of goblins with silver shields to negate a lot of the incoming missiles there from the Skinkerhawk javelins. And the Lizardmen are going to be the best counter-kite faction in the game, by far. They're not going to be the best kiting faction, but the best counter-kite faction. Stalker's really strong. I think you'll be seeing a lot of Chameleon Skinks actually in this one. Like mass missile resistance is just going to be really good. Skinkerhawk javelins as well to protect them, delete the front line of goblins, and you could just see a lot of good work there, and then come in with the terror out towards the end stage. Grom does have ITP. You could see Snarsnik, or you could see Double Arachnarok Spider. Double Arachnarok Spider can also be quite nice. Both anti-large, armor piercing. Arachnarok Queen as well gets the summon of the little spider hatchlings. You get 5 of those that could do really nice on the battlefield. Really cool tools to chase off units. Really strong indeed, and you don't care if they evaporate. You know, they don't cost you anything. So, yeah, really nice stuff for sure. Yeah, and you can get the Goblin Great Shaman on the Arachnarok, which can also come in with... it has some really nice abilities, actually. It has its bound ability that's really strong. I forget its name now. I forget the ability. But he's got a little ability that basically does damage to a single entity and does a lot of damage as well. Then you can bring Vindictive Glare, you can bring Itchy Nuisance, you can bring the other bonus, which gives it like increased melee attack and armor piercing, which is really nice and cheap. And then you could just kind of bomb rush everything with these big anti-large spiders. And Black Orcs can also do quite well in this matchup. Yeah, it looks like a connection was lost here. Okay. What's going on here? Let me double check. So my stream looks to be going strong. I'm going to close the game and I'm going to reopen it. Right, I'm going to reopen it. Let's just see what's going on here. Right, so let's reopen up the game. We'll get everybody joined back on me again. But yeah, it's an interesting matchup. I don't think... I think certainly in the old days, this matchup used to be... yeah, obviously still probably one of Greenskins' worst matchup, but I think it's gotten worse with Greenskins getting less powerful. But I think, you know, it's still an okay matchup. I still think you can play it. It's not the end of the world. Right, so we're going to be on the Iron Sand Desert. See if I can see Bobman. I can't see Bobman. Yeah, that's the one. Yes, don't even try it. That's the one. Yeah, don't even try it. I will need these guys to join back up on me. Ah, well, looks like they're in the game. Okay. Okay. Well, unfortunately, it looks like we're gonna have to just sit and wait now, because they've gone into a game and they've gone in without me. So. I will cast from what I can see from Mofet's side. Sadly, you can't see anything. What do you guys want me to do? Do you want me to get his screen up and look at that and commentate his stuff? Or what shall I do here? Doesn't look like I can do anything. I can just commentate what I see. Yeah, I mean, somebody should have said something, right? That I got kicked out. But, you know. This is also, yeah, yeah. Well, looks like they're kicking off. I'll tell you what I see. So it looks like we're going to be having a... What the hell is that? I can't look and see what they've got. So it looks like they've got Master Mundi. They've got the Big Chungus. There's going to be an Arcus Sotek and a Bodon? Or is that the Regiment of Renown? It just looks like the Bodon. They've got Saurus Warriors, 1, 2, I can see. 3 Javelins, 4 Javelins. We're going to see double armor-piercing riders as well. Looks like we are going to have double Clipper Girls. For the Greenskins, it looks like we are going to have... spears, loads of goblins. I can't see now. But yeah, there's going to be loads of goblins. There's going to be loads of wolf riders. And it looks like they're going to be charging in up against the community skinks, doing some good damage. So we got looks like we got the double stone trolls. I think that's Grom. Yeah, that looks like that's Grom in the back. With the Goblin Big Boss and then a giant River Troll Hag. I assume she's just got Spirit Leech. That's probably what I would do. They need stabbing, maybe Slippery on the. It's a Wolf Rider for the hero. Yeah, they're going to be charging through the front. Let me pull this out over here so I can see what you guys are saying as well. I'm just chilling, man. My last day off after getting COVID. Kind of looking forward to going back to work tomorrow. Still stir crazy after 2 weeks. Yeah, I bet, man. Yeah, I bet. You can watch Hamster's stream and mute it to cast. Yeah, I don't really like doing that, but I can do that, I guess. Let's see if I can just do this. There we go. So you guys can see that now. I don't really like doing this, but I will do it for this one, just because it's part of the event. So it looks like Mazdamundi's getting kind of flattened here a bit. We can see the sneaky boys getting thrown around. Can you see that? Let me turn the game thing off. Can you guys see it? Yeah, it's like you can see that. Sweet. So yeah, you should be able to see this. So Mazda's going to be below half health. Archers in the back here, so we've got the Morgos, Mangan, Marauders. Great AP there in the middle. It's hard to see balance of power here because the 0/0 is in the way. But Goblins are going to be breaking. Looks like Mazda's going to be doing okay. He's at about third health. You can see Healing Cat coming through for him now, which means he's had some good apotheosis, which means a lot of magic's gone. But he does have 90 mana in total, which is going to be an extra 50% than normal because he will be here with Greater Arcane Conduit. If he isn't, I'd be beyond surprised. But the Arcane Stoic will do a lot of damage in here. But it's like the Giant Ritual Hag. We have Grom in there, and we do have the Goblin Big Boss. And Giant Ritual Hag will reduce -6 melee attack due to its its odor. We should have sneaky stabbings here. Yeah, lots of negatives there going on Mazda. So he's going to be getting kind of just obliterated in the middle. Arrows will be coming downtown as well. There'll be negative armor there for they need stabbing. Negative 30 armor, I believe. And then with the Ritual Hag, you could certainly use Soul Blight as well. Get negative 60 armor. And that's how you could just kind of delete. And you can see Mazda's going to be going down there. That will be the end of days for Bob. If he loses Mazda, it's game over. There's no way back into it, unfortunately. Mazda is just too much of a key terror tool. Yeah, so Mazda drops. And it's going to be down to the Arcane Stoic here, which, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be able to pull it out here. Is that actually what I think it is? I think we actually do have Croxagores in there. That's a bold pick, Cotton, I'm going to be honest. I think Croxagores is certainly a bold pick in this matchup with so much Skirmish Riders. And there we go. That is going to be a pull out there for Bobman and a win for Mofet. I got booted from the lobby and they started without me. So yeah, so there we go. So we got kicked from there. Actually, let's go back and watch that part of the stream. Might be able to see some of the value. So 60 kills on Mazda. Yeah, you can see here. So we've got the double. Sorry, my brain's gone now. I'm thinking about other things. But we've got double Saurus. We've got 5 units of the Chameleon. With the javelins, you needed to go wider than this as Bobman. You needed to go wider. Croxagore is not a good pick. I'm not a fan of the Bodon, I don't think. Sauruses are fine, but I think the Bodon or Croxagores, I think it's a bold pick. I really like this force here coming in from Mofet, though. Yeah, it's really, really good indeed. Really, really good. So hopefully they do leave and come back. Otherwise, am I joining back on them or are they joining on me? I'm not too sure. Let me see what's happening here. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to join. I don't think I can join back. I don't think. So, I don't think it was on here on my list. Let me have a look. I think I can. I can spectate. Am I in or is it going to boot me? I'm in. Alright, I'm back. So it looks like I can cast here then. Sweet. Awesome. Fantastic. All right, so we will go here. So it's going to be 1-0 to Bobman. And I will now have to throw... Oh, no. Up to Mofet, sorry. And I'll have to throw up a screen blocker. Because now I'm not in control of the lobby anymore. Alright. So it looks like here we're going to go Beastmen and Wood Elves. That's probably the most common pick in the community, I think. Probably followed closely by Beastmen and Lizardmen. You don't normally see Beastmen Chaos because Vampire counts as a strong counter to both. Beastmen Wood Elves counters a lot of the stuff that can come up against Beastmen, like Vampire counts. Also will take away Vampire Pirates, so it's quite strong counters there. Alright. So we can see some counters there. So Gorgazan is going to be the next map. Gorgazan, quite a nice flat map. Certainly got some raised hills there in the corner. Certainly both sides can see utilization from some hills, some terrain and some stuff like that. But nothing really too much to write home about. Can certainly see some good stuff indeed. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be Wood Elves. It's either going to force the... So this is one of the biggest issues that I find with the pick 2 system, is that it forces so many mirror matches. So Mofet is going to force the mirror match. So Wood Elves, or he's going to force the Wood Elves Beastmen, which is pretty even anyway. So like, if you don't know how to deal with a faction, just mirror it, or force the mirror and hope they don't do the mirror. So yeah, that's a pretty interesting approach. What else could we have seen? Yeah, it's like it's going to be a mirror match. Which will be interesting. Well, not for you, Zypher, that's correct. Yeah, not for you. Yeah, some mirror matches can be good. Some mirror matches can be good. But yeah, casting is a bit of a nightmare. But otherwise, no, yeah, it's pretty good. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Like, mirror matches are okay. I think they're fun every now and then, but I wouldn't want them all the time. I wouldn't want them all the time. Oh, there we go. Needed that. But yeah, I think Wood Elf Mirror is probably one of the better mirrors you can get in the game. I think. Yeah, for sure. I think it's definitely one of the better mirrors you can get in the game. Certainly. All right, so Mofet is ready. I actually can't see Bob even if I wanted to, but it would be here. It's an interesting force from Mofet. Certainly on the lines of what I would call pretty meta here in this matchup. One or two elements that are interesting. I might change a few things around personally. I can't quite see what that is there. Can I see what that is? No, I can't. I can't see anything, but I won't say anything, but I think depending on some picks here, I might change some things around. I could see this struggling in some areas, but it's interesting. I like mirrors too. In a way, it's a very more balanced contest. Yeah, indeed, Adrid. Yeah, indeed. That's why I kind of like them. It's the only true time you ever see an even matchup. But of course, then you have other elements like the map plays a part. Less so with Wood Elves, I think. Like trees and stuff plays less of a part in a Wood Elf mirror match. But yeah, for sure, it certainly evens out the playing field quite a bit, for sure. Not all the time though, but by a long shot, agreed. Yeah. I certainly do like the Wood Elf mirror. It's got a lot of good moving parts to it. It's a good fluid hybrid game of strong infantry, good cavalry, and good microplay on ranged pieces. The caster as well can be a huge confounding variable of how the forces really start together. The Lord really determines how it's going to play out here on the battlefield. If you bring a caster as a Lord, or you bring you know, or you bring a caster as a hero, you maybe bring the Glade Lady, or you bring the Sisters. It really does depend on kind of how that interacts, because of course if you bring a caster, you can then bring the double Waystalkers, which, you know, that's 6 hours of Kurnos if you want them. You could also then bring, you know, the Glade Lady with her nets, and then you can net and shoot with a bunch of, say, you know, you could go, for example, triple Waystalkers. Waystalkers, yeah. I was Waywatchers, sorry, triple Waywatchers, or you could bring in 4 or 5 units of scouts. What are they called? D-Wood Scouts. You could bring in 4 or 5 units of D-Wood Scouts with a net. You know, negative 20% missile resistance is huge. You know, there's a lot there that is quite interesting indeed in that matchup. I think Dryads almost definitely always are the pick over Eternal Guard. I think that they're certainly better there for sure. Mel Gibson, bad here, right? Yeah, Mel Gibson's pretty bad here, sadly. Mel Gibson in most matchups these days, Turtle Punch is pretty bad, sadly. I kind of wish he wasn't. But yeah, Mel Gibson's is pretty bad in most matchups, sadly. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I do like Mel Gibson. He's good, but he's certainly not all that great, especially in this matchup. Yeah. Exactly what Zypher said. They're bad. He's bad pretty much always, which kind of sucks. All right. Do remind me of my screen blocker. I will forget. So let's go in here. We are going to start with the Sisters of Twilight for Bob. I think this is a bold pick, Cotton. A very bold pick. Could join Destiny. They're extremely expensive in this matchup, and money is certainly tight in this matchup. Spreading of Life. It's like Earthblood. That's what it's below. And Life Balloon. Yeah, it is. Interesting one. Looks like we're trying to block the Cav. But Wild Riders, here from this side, it's like 4 units of Wild Riders, and some Glade Spears. So going with no range. That is bold. That is bold, I will say so. So taking the more traditional route, we are going to have 5 of the Dryads, 4 of the Deepwood Scouts, and 2 units of the Glade Rider Spears. And what's going to be here alongside 2 units of the Wild Riders, including the Wild Hunters of Kurnos, which is a super strong unit here with the anti-large. Coming with magic damage as well can be super helpful, especially if we do see the Lost Silver Knights, which is also a bit of a rare pick, I must say. Especially with the faction that has the most magic damage in the game. Wild Hunters of Kurnos with Frenzy, yeah, super strong. Really strong unit. And, you know, here with physical resistance, which is something I like to talk a lot about. With armor, as you go through the vigor statuses, when you get down to the bottom on exhausted, you'll actually see them go down by 25% armor. But with physical resistance, you don't see any down trade. But of course, you then don't get protection against magic spells and also other sort of elements within the game that we won't go through at this moment. But there are certainly down trade effects to having physical resistance, but also up trade as well. So, you know, for example, a lot of the riders here and trees that, you know, certainly pay for the physical resistance. And it's quite a bit, you know, they pay for quite a bit of it. You know, they're certainly exceptionally weak to magic damage, which, of course, on this side of things, with the mirror match, is going to be quite present from the side of the Wood Elves, which is actually why the Wild Hunters of Kurnos are quite nice. Essentially lightly armoured, susceptible to magic damage, and also magic melee attacks as well is quite a big reason to bring the Regiment of Renowned. Oh, so there's going to be immediate flick and switch here coming out of Mofet. But he's going to be shooting here into the front, missing a couple of bits, but we are going to see the Dryas dropping off here. What's this here? Wild Hunters of Kurnos going to return, but here we get the Arrows of Kurnos smashing down here, and this is the problem with bringing this Spell Singer on top of a horse. Oh my god, Spell Singer's dead. That's it. That's game, I think. If this thing dies, which we do get a heal off. Is he going to get away? There is the question. Negative 22 leadership. Where's the white line? We do have some weight. It should return. Yeah, we've both immediately noticed that this is key. This is key. If that falls there, it's game over. It's game over. There's no way you can win here as the Wood Elves, I don't think, against the Wood Elves. So, Spellweaver High, as Arcane Conduit, Loic's Blessing has been activated to prevent any Arrows of Kurnos from this side. Of course, you won't be able to see they do actually have Stalk, I believe. Stalk and Snipe. God damn. So yeah, Spellweaver here will be having Soul Quench, Apotheosis more than likely, and it's like here it's going to be Channeling Staff, Opal Amulet, Arcane Conduit, and the Loic's Blessing. Yeah, pretty standard stuff here. Normally on an eagle, but in this matchup on a horse, yeah, totally fine. And yep, it looks like it went off the battlefield. That's bad. That's Bob at a massive disadvantage. That is huge. That is huge. Glade Riders now have to get in and do the big punch. There is no time to waste. You can't allow the healing to come in here. Mofet needs to play the long game. And you can see the Sisters in the Sky just getting absolutely deleted here. They do have the mobility, but yeah, we are going to be getting shot here. Waystalkers, you're just going to have a bucket loads of Deepwood Scouts just shooting in. And the cavalry now needs to really get around the flanks here and really start getting some pressure here on this back line of the Deepwood Scouts here in the back. We can't see the top though, 1,400. We will have some healing for her with Conjoined Destiny, but otherwise it's going to be pretty tough here. You are going to get the double poke here, the poke and stroke from the Waystalkers, and they're going to certainly do some shooting and scooting here in the later stages. In the front, we are going to see the Wild Hunters fighting up here against the Glade Riders, and some shots coming in here over the top as well. Mofet here is going to be getting hit by the Sisters in the Sky, but they're getting deleted. 271, and that's GG's well played. I think that's the end there. I don't think Bob can get back into this, which is a bit of a shame. A really nice play here coming out of the double Waystalker and Mofet early doors. Really finish off the game. But, you know, it's not over yet, but it's looking pretty tough here. Wild Hunters from Bobman are going to be clearing out from Mofet there quite nicely. And the other ones in here are actually going to be losing. We do see Loic's Blessing has been activated for the Wild Hunters. Apotheosis as well. Maybe a misclick there on the... maybe a misclick on the Loic's Blessing. In the back though, the range is still going to be going strong here. It's going to be shooting over to the right here on the Glade Rider Spears. Yeah, I can see what he's saying here. He's trying to see maybe get some cavalry in the back here to shut this down. But there's, you can see in the back here, we are going to get some pressure here from the Wild Riders. This could be a bit of a problem here for the Deepwood Scouts. Oh, nice stuff here coming in from Bobman. Bobman's certainly going to be coming back. We are going to get a charge of the Glade Riders. Certainly want to pull these out now and use the Glade Riders to push those off. Get those out and get those back in and start shooting. Bobman's moving through with some Dryads. Dryads have good physical resistances, and we're not going to be seeing these Swift Shiver Shards. So physical resistance is 20% there for the Dryads. With 60 armor, going to be negated a lot of the non-AP damage. But here we go! We get the Sisters back in 1,660 health. Balance of power starting to come back towards even now. We are going to charge in with the ladies. They're going to be going hard here, getting a rock one for Athel for sure. And the Sisters of Twilight here, we can see, unfortunately, this here is going to be a bit of an issue. We are going to see the Spellweaver coming and doing an absolute dunking on the Spellweaver of High. Could we see a return? Arrows of Karnos smashed into the back of the Sisters of Twilight. Oh, this might have just opened up for a new game here. This is going to be a huge problem here in the back. We've got to be very careful here. Spellweaver of High, this is why we now need the Loic's Blessing. Damage resistance has been activated. Do we not have an Apotheosis here? I highly doubt it. So shots coming out. Are we going to be able to finish this off? Nice shots in from behind, and those things are seeking missiles. The Sisters of Twilight rarely miss. They rarely miss. They are going to be getting kind of poked and stroked here by the Waystalkers. So big shots coming in from behind. They will get another heal here if they do drop below 10%. In the back, we do see Wild Riders kind of charging around to the back up against the Deepwood Scouts. This here is a bit of a problem. A little bit more poke and stroke. Nice stuff there. Waystalkers also rarely missing. But you can see here, perfect stuff. We just want to get away there with that caster. Perfect stuff there from the Spellweaver. Loic's Blessing, channeling staff as well. Negative 15 seconds down the ability. Definitely want the Apotheosis as quick as possible here. We are going to see Assassin. GG's and well played to Mofet with a nice early play on that caster. Yeah, that there was excellent. And this is why having the Spellsinger of Life on horse, because you don't get that flinch animation, all 3 arrows of Kurnos are going to be hitting. And you can see there, 6 arrows of Kurnos with a Soul Quench, deleted. The Spellsinger of Life, just gone. That was it. That was all she wrote. 1,248 there for the Sisters of Twilight. 480, 430, 480, as well as 530 and 330 from the Dryads. 330, 140, and 270 from the Glade Riders. And we've got 1.4, 700, 970 from the Wild Riders, and 1,600 for the Wild Hunters of Kurnos. And I can only feel for Bob, man. I can really feel for my boy. And I can only say that's really dumb luck. Really dumb luck. Of course, this is a dice roll. Yeah, perhaps he was anticipating that there wasn't going to be double Waystalkers in this matchup. But because there was there with also a Soul Quench, actually on horseback, which is also quite lucky. Soul Quench is normally used with an Eagle caster. It's certainly phenomenally better there with those angles, especially going down lines of troops as well. Yeah, it was a dice roll, and sadly it didn't pay off. I think actually having some of the Spellsinger of Life on a Unicorn, if you're going to bring it, actually gives that magic resistance of, I think, 40%. It is quite nice. But I think on horseback she just got deleted, which is a shame. It's a shame. 1,350, 1,700 just poking and stroking here on the sisters. 514 for the spell weaver of is that life? No, high, isn't it? High, yes. 1,078, 950, 550, 690, and 436. So you can see there with no range pressure, the Dryads performed really well, and they would have just ripped apart the cheap lines of the Glade Rider Spears. 350, 560, 620, and 720 there for the Deepwood Scouts. 115, 423 there for the Glade Rider Spears. 815 there for the Wild Riders, and 1,120 for the Hunters of Kurnos. So yeah, GG's. Yeah, I really feel for Bob, man. There was not much there that it happened so quickly, and it was excellently kind of perfected there by Mofet, and it was just boom, boom, done. And it was super quick. Super quick. Alright, just getting a ping here. Just make sure everything's okay. Everything's okay. Fantabby-dozy. Let's have a look here. So, let's get up another of the pickers. To be fair, double Waystalker is very common. I don't think very common, but I think common. You definitely don't see them in all matchups. And of course, they're 768 each, right? Which means you lose the mobility there. But they are common for sure. I've seen a lot of mirror matches where people do... I think it's a coin flip. I truly think it's a coin flip. It's a 50-50 chance you're going to see them, I think. I think it's a true 50-50, which for me is common. I think very common is it will be like more than 75% of matches you'd see them. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. Oh, especially from Russian players. Okay, fair enough. I'll take your word on that. I really wish mirror matches someone had to play sub-faction. So I think, hey, Lou Gray, how are we? Welcome, my friend. Howdy, crew. Good luck. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a fantastic evening. So I think in the next game, so Warhammer 3, that will be Mr. Turtle Punch, I believe. This is not confirmed, I don't think, but I'm hoping. And I don't know. I'm not sure. But I think we might get colour schemes. I think. I either heard that or I know that. I can't remember. But I think that might be a thing. So, Astilian Tomb. So, Beastmen and the Vampire Counts. Dark Elves is a very often picked... pardon me. It's a very common pick to want to counter both of those. The same there with Beastmen and Lizardmen. So another good counter there is going to be the Dark Elves. And Mofet just wants to play his Vampire Counts. It's by far his best. And I know he plays, I think, a lot there with Void and some of the guys there from VM. So I think that, you know, all of those guys over there are exceptionally good with their Vampire Counts for sure. So it should be interesting. Dark Elves, we could be seeing a nice Blackguard box. Maybe with some Scourge Runners, Marathi, Double Manticore. You could certainly see something along those lines could certainly be pretty strong. Mofet, that could be interesting. Could be interesting to see here. If it is 50-50, you shouldn't take a build that instantly loses to it. This is true. This is a very true comment, Zypher. Yeah, it's very true. And, you know, if it is that common, which I think common is right, you shouldn't be taking it on a horse. I think the caster has to be on foot. But, of course, the caster is a lot, way more squishy. And that's a tough one. It is a tough one. You're right. I think it was a bit of a blunder on the build. Altama saying shush. I think so, yes. I think it is a blunder. I think it was a blunder in the beginning screen. But as I said, it was a high risk, high reward maneuver that it was a risk. And unfortunately, it didn't pay off this time. So, you know, that is the way it is. It's the way the cookie crumbles. This is the way the cookie crumbles. So yeah, this is going to be the Elven factions here up against the Vampire Counts. Of course, you know, very susceptible to kite. It's quite a hard one. The problem is that even the caster is not on a mount. The sisters are still going to die. Yeah, 100%. I think, you know... man, it's a tough matchup, really, I think, when you truly think about it. I actually do think like Dry is just not too bad. But you need a healing caster. Yeah, it's a tough matchup, man. It's really tough to beat double Waystalkers. That's why sometimes I take the Ancient Tree Man. Ancient Tree Man is an absolute bullet magnet for sure. Yeah, that man will absorb life itself. But the Ancient Tree Man can be quite a nice one because he has healing himself, right? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he has Earthblood himself. Imagine if Durfu had healing. Oh my god. You know, like split between Earth and Wild Magic. That'd be crazy. Imagine you could take like, oh, that'd be so OP, man. You could take like Manticore Summon and you could take healing. Yeah, he has Law of Life. Yeah, I thought he did. Because in theory, you should be able to do that with... you should be able to do that with Durfu, but I think that would kind of make him broken, right? If you had... like Earthblood, maybe something like Earthblood, Dwellers Below. Then you also brought some Wild Magics as well. Like with Limitation of Despair, you don't necessarily need like what's the spell called from Wild Magic? What's the missile spell? Amber Spear. You don't need Amber Spear if you've got Limitations. You just give him something else like Flock of Doom. Seems sensible. You could also give him like Wildson's Wild Form or something like that. Or you've got too many cheap spells there. But you know what I'm saying. You give him Pan's Impenetrable Pelt maybe. You know, you can kind of mix in a good 3 overall. You know, 3 from each tier. Bound Regrowth on Durfu. Sounds good. I think it should be reasonable for CA to make it so much that you can discount and mount on the battlefield like artillery units. I think Turtle Punch, that is a really, really good idea, actually. That is a really, really good idea. That is something I'm going to keep up here. That's something I actually might even push that on. I might even push that on. I'm sure maybe they've heard it, but just in case they haven't, I'll make them aware. At least they added the ability to land in Game 3. This is true. This is true. There's a really, really nice ability that's coming in. And there's some really other cool things, right? Like units are going to flash when they're like not in combat. So you can see like what's out of combat and you can just click on it or drag you over and you can do all of these kind of things. So... yeah, I think what would be sensible for Durfit? Let's have a think. So Flock of Doom and Earthblood would make sense. As like the double cheap common spells. Uncommon spells would be something like Pan's Impenetrable Pelt and what else do we have in that era? We could do like what's it called? If you have Pan's Impenetrable Pelt, you probably can't have Shield of Thorns because that's just disgustingly overpowered. So you'd have to have the other one, but I can't remember what the other one is. What's the other mid-tier spell for Earth Magic? I can't remember what the other mid-tier one is. Can't remember. But then the top spears, the top ones could be, for example, Manticore Summon and either Regrowth, or it could be Manticore Summon and... or you could do Curse of an Era. Curse of an Era could be nice, but I think Manticore Summon would be OP, and then you could go like Regrowth, or you could go Dwellers Below. I think if you got Earthblood, like Dwellers Below would be perfect. And you have an Era of Effect damage spell, or you can summon Manticores. Like, yeah, I think that would make him have some really, really nice choices. I don't think remounting should be possible. It would be super complicated to find your horse in the mess. I think it would become a mechanic where your horse would do a little bit like what Snarsnick's Squighopper does, right? Where it just follows you and fights with you. Although that just seems a bit stupid. Like, that just wouldn't work, right? I think dismounting is like something that's just not possible. I think... because imagine you're just going to be charging into combat and you just got this horse next to you fighting alongside you. I don't really think that makes sense. Yeah, just lords and heroes. Oh, Flesh to Stone. Thank you, dog. Thank you. That's the one. Flesh to Stone is the spell you're thinking of. That's the one I couldn't think of. I'll tell you why I can't think of it, because nobody brings it. But Flesh to Stone could actually low-key be really powerful for the big man, actually. Yeah, plus 60 armor would... yeah, would certainly help. Would certainly help. Alright, so Bleak Swords here, 1, 2, 3, 4 there in the front here from the big man Bobman. Double Black Art Corsairs in the middle with the Sisters of Singing Doom, alongside some more Black Art Corsairs. Here with Marathi on foot with the double K-Knight Assassins, with Web of Shadows and also Assassin's Trophy, and another Assassin's Trophy and Web of Shadows. Do apologise. Triple Dread Spears in the back, as well as the Slanesh Harvesters. This is a build. This is a build. Certainly not seen this build before, but the Sisters of Singing Doom with Terror, not too sure about that one. Alright, so zombies here in the front. We only see 1, 2, 3, 4. Alongside here, a White King and a Necromancer. Necromancer in the back, very strong. Forbidden Rod, Scroll of Shielding, and the Gaze of Nagash. It's going to be quite interesting. Of course, March of the Dead and Vigor Mortis. But the Lord choice here with the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord going to be pretty standard. Heart Piercing, Helm of Discord, the Sword of Anti-Heroes, Raise the Dead, Dance Macabre, Invocation of Nehek, and the Pestilence Breath. Honor and Death as well, which is going to be a nice constant ability when engaged in melee combat. Good damage resistances. So, guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, just so you can make sure you win the skies. But these long lines, yeah, I don't know what to think about those things either. I don't really think it helps that much. Maybe more than I know, but there we go. Let's go into Warriors on either flank. And that's it. On the outside here, we are going to see Chillgeists. I think just going to see with the one. I think there's something here in the back as well, which is going to be the Direpack Wolves. Yeah, two strong elements. The Chillgeists, of course, having that slow and terror and all the good things. Hex Race from VC. Yeah, Hex Race. I can't see too much magic. Slanesh Harvesters should be able to dumpster them. That's kind of why they're brought, so I quite like that. This is a tight box build. VC is going to be surrounding. Black Occult says nothing's coming over here to kind of punish the Vampire Count Lord. There's nothing coming over here to sort of punish him. They're just letting him get into position. You need to punish that. You need to keep the Vampire Count player on top of his micro. You need to keep this moving. Now he's going to be shooting, but yeah, I'd be coming over here punishing this. Like, he's just flustering way too close, waiting for an opportunity. You've got to make sure that he sticks as far away as possible. Make sure you just don't get any of those summons in. Maintain that 60-meter distance. Otherwise, you're going to see little summon spawns here in the middle, and then you're going to see breath attacks down the line. Like so. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think this went unpunished, and now Bobman's going to get punished for it. Bobman's going to get punished for that. Okay, so Vargeist in the sky, and yeah, Vargeist are now going to surround. A nice breath attack. We are going to charge in here with zombies. You can see the White Kings are now moving in. What is it here? It's going to be a summon here on the Sisters of Singing Doom. Not bad. I think trying to pin them in, maybe get something going on there. Slanesh Harvesters are going to close out the Chillgeists, waiting for a good opportunity. You've got to be careful here, though. We are going to see that the zombies, and the reason they do it a little bit like this is to kind of cheese it through. So you have to go through chunk. You can't just delete the unit all in one go. Because fighting them like this, they will die quicker. Is the theory. But shooting this guy, now we're going to be punishing a little bit more here up against the Blood Dragon Vampire. So we are going to have the Sword of Anti-Heroes, Heart Piercing, which is great AP damage. We're going to fight here on the floor, and now we're going to come after the K-Knights. K-Knight's going to be using is he trying to bait out one of the abilities? Helm of Discord has been used. And this is going to be a Soul Stealer? Yeah, it's going to be a Soul Stealer on the front, trying to catch quite a few units. It is going to catch one of the Vargeist. They're going to be fighting up against the Black Art Corsair Hambos. In the back here, it's kind of a bit of a do-or-die situation. Chillgeist's in, fighting alongside the Slanesh Harvesters. They do get terrified, so now they should do some good dumpstery. We are going to see the Direpack Wolves in fighting as well. They're going to do some lovely work here on the Slanesh Harvesters. But they do play with 40% physical resistance, so you have to be careful there as well. In comes the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, starting to really pull open the pocket. You see Black Occult Corsairs are getting punished. Vargeist will just rip them a new one. They'll just absolutely rip them a new one. In the sky, they will shoot them to death. But on the floor, with the AP damage, they will do some good dumpstery for sure. Black Occult says, fire whilst moving. They are going to shoot here up against Vargeist in the sky. Invocation will be needed here at some point. But the Direpack Wolves can certainly come in here. We can see big gaps opening up here. Big gap here. Big gap here, which is certainly going to be opening up. One here as well, and here. Big weaknesses in the forces here that are really opening up. And this is where you're going to see just units pouring in if given the opportunity. You've got to be careful here with this little middle part. If you lose these Black Occult Corsairs, game over. Nothing you can do about it. You might be able to cheese it out with the triple core, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Looks like it is going to be a heal here in the back. The Overcast there for the Invocation of Nehek. Going to be doing some nice healing here in the middle. Brilliant healing there on the Chillgeists. Breath attack down the line as well. That's just going to be clearing out more of the Black Ark Corsairs. Really bringing this force down to its knees. Nice work there coming out of Mofet. Really, really relaxed, calm, good thought process gameplay. Dreadspear is still going strong here up against these skeletons. They'll be clearing that pretty easily. Black Ark Corsairs need to get into this little doom pocket here. They need to be getting in and holding true and trying to see if they can shoot and fend off the Blood Dragon Vampire. As I said, you need to maintain this distance here. If you cannot maintain that distance and you start getting an open pocket here in the middle, you're going to see big problems. And the reason it's going to be is that he can just come in, start putting down summons, breath attacks, and then we're just really going to start abusing them with the Vargheists. And there we go. We do see a Scab Traff down the line and the Sisters of Singing Doom. Extra great damage here on the ladies. Of course, not unbreakable, but you can also see the Vampire player is going to be wasting a lot here from the Murderous Mastery and the Murderous Prowess. Now, you will get 2 minutes there for Sisters, and there we go. Zombies, just summon in easily, no punishment. Just going to summon on the Sisters of Singing Doom, keep them busy, keep them tired, and then you should be able to get in and do the work afterwards. But it does look like here that Bob might have a chance. It looks like here, as the game goes on, I think it's going to more and more favour. But that's going to be the third and final breath attack. What is this going to be here? Ooh, very nice. We are going to see a wand of Coridon here. Actually, I didn't see what else Marathi came with. I didn't even bother looking at Marathi. She's always the same. Yeah, she's come with exactly the same. Oh, and she's also going to come with the extra AP damage as well. Okay. So, Blood Dragon Vampire is going to be just engaging here in the middle up against the Bleak Swords, trying to get a couple of terror routes here. You can see the Necromancer is also going unpunished. This is actually a really key tool for mana and just buffing those units, given the +5 melee attack and melee defense. It is really huge alongside that healing. One of the Bleak Swords is going to be left on its own. You can see Terrifying here, and this is where you're going to be getting the chills, just pushing through and shutting down these 3 units. Where's the Dire Pack Wolves is the question. I don't see the Dire Pack Wolves here. Can't see them at this moment. But this here is dangerous. And if this stays maintained as it is, this is going to be really dangerous. Marathi here does have a halberd, and she can do some big butchery here up against the Blood Dragon Vampire. He's used all 3 breath attacks. He has taken down the Black Ark Corsairs for the most part. Sisters of Singing Doom are holding on. Skeleton Warriors are doing the business. In comes the White King. We can certainly see down the line here. It's literally about to say it. Scab Scraff down the line here. Could be gorgeous up against those Dread Spears. So, we see some zombies moving in. We are now going to attack. We do actually see here the Helmet Discord. Heart Piercing as well has been activated here for the Blood Dragon Vampire. We are going to see the sword. And we're going to see Web of Shadows and also Assassin's Trophy. Nice counter here up against the Blood Dragon Vampire. Now, we're not going to be still seeing 88 melee attack here for the K-Knights, as we have run out of Murderous Prowess, but that is going to be army losses. GG's and well played here to the Vampire Counts, and Mofet with a perfectly played game there with the Vampire Counts. Mr. Rubber Duck of War, how are we, my friend? Welcome. The big man, the big duck. Well played. Sadly, Dog, unfortunately, their army losses did kick in. A bit of abuse there on Marathi. Finished the day off, unfortunately. But 120 kills there, 3,200 damage value for the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, 230 there for the Necromancer, and 1,300 for the White King. Scab Straff's going in, doing some brilliant work indeed. 72, 112, 170, and 62 there for the Zombies. 200 for the Skeleton Warriors, with 1,400 for the Chillgeists. 200 for the Dire Pack Wolves with 577, 540, 300 for the Vargheists, and 800. So nice stuff coming in there as well. Chillgeist doing some brilliant work there in the backside. Great to chase off. 935 from Marathi, 1,300, 1,000 for the K-Knights, 400, 366, 200, 280. So we've got 700, 360, and 400 for the Dread Spears. Only 150 there for the Sisters of Singing Doom. They got abused a lot, and zombies were used just to kind of keep them out of the way. Black Ark Corsairs, 530, 1.4, 1.1, and 99 there for the Hambos, with 1,250 for the Shinesh Harvesters. So a really nice performance here from Bob. Tried very hard, and Mofet was really up against the back there. It was quite tough for him in this matchup. This is certainly quite heavily Dark Elf favoured, but of course breath attacks and all the good stuff can certainly do some good butchery over time. I retreat what I said. Me too. Yeah, I think that he had one web left. He did use a web early on, and then he used his second and final web. I think just with the no infantry support, this triple threat is good, but will suffer. The White King can actually do surprisingly quite well against the K-Knight. with support of the Blood Dragon Vampire and all its abilities. We also had Cycle Charge and Chillgeists, and we also had some... Honestly, the Doggos did die, actually. I didn't see them die there in the end, but yes. It looks like here the host left the game, so that's going to boot me out. That's, you know, a bit of a problem sometimes as to why... not being the host can kind of mess up a little bit, but there we go. So we're not going to be able to talk to either of them, but we'll play there to Mofet. He is going to be winning 3-0, and here for the GGX tournament, he will be taking the tournament prize. So, everybody, I really hope you enjoyed today. Thank you so much for the donations and the lovely chats from all of you. Thank you very much for streaming. As always, a pleasure. Hope we will have you for some tourneys in the future. Yes, thank you very much for having me to host this amazing tournament. Thank you so much from all the guys from GGX. This was really fun. I really, really enjoyed this. And, yeah, I've been really enjoying all the content coming from these awesome guys. So, you know, do go share this and I'll say thank you very much for these guys for organising this tournament and putting on a prize for all of you. So, thank you very much for everybody that played, everybody that watched, and I hope all of you have a fantastic evening. Do feel free to smash that like button, of course subscribe, and I'm sure we'll be back here in the future with some more stuff. So, I'm sure we'll be back as well. I think we've got an Antici Ladder event coming up. I think I'm going to be hosting something. I think Valkynos is going to be hosting something as well, so it'd be nice to have the big man back in the scene, and should be some good stuff coming. Yes, yeah, thank you very much everybody. Take care of yourselves. VC over counts as 3 wins. Indeed, strat game, indeed. VC came through strong today. Strong today. They also did get a loss. VC against VC, there was a win and a loss there. But yes, thank you very much, guys. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all tomorrow for some more content. See you there.